Hi, you guys. How are you? Hi. I'm here. You ever have one of those days where it's like, oh, you just don't have ambition. It's like only, it's a weekday, so it's like, I don't know. You just kind of like think, oh, I just want to crawl back into bed. As you see, I'm in my onesies. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, oh, just whatever. So I'm just going to talk to my peeps because I've been getting, I don't know, I've been thinking sentimental things. You think about those you love that aren't here anymore. And so, yeah, I'm just going to was remembering my mom today and what a good person she was, and how lucky I was to have her as a mom. And I just guess I wanted to share it with you guys, my friends. And thought, it's cold. Obviously, I'm in my onesie, so I'm gonna make my drink of choice for these cooler months, and it's the peppermint chocolate York patty, hot chocolate. So it always warms me up, makes me feel better, and yeah. So let's have that. You can get your little cheers drink ready to go too. This is my little area. I put all my snacks, as you can see. Let me show you. I've got my cashews here, and now that's my little stand. I had a beer that I took a couple sips out of earlier. It's just like, it's like if I was working yet and this is my day off, I'm be like, oh, I'm just gonna be laid back, and yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Getting closer to Thanksgiving. That's exciting, right? I was gonna pour this in a glass mug because I have my colored little mini marshmallows that I got from Michael's. And then I thought, oh, then you guys can see it. But I think I broke my last glass mug. I don't even know where I got those. They probably have those at Bed Bath & Beyond, huh? So, I haven't had even the actual candy peppermint patty for ages. I used to eat them all the time. I used to put them like in the fridge and then eat one like every night before I go to bed. I guess there's worse habits, right? Nummy. Okay. I don't even think I've opened these yet. They're hard to find, the colored ones, and the regular ones are actually hard to find too, but I found them at a craft store of all places, right? Let me show. Oh, you know what they look like? Yeah, they look like the ones in the Trix cereal box. That's cool. Just gonna throw some on top. Ooh, that's really chocolatey. I probably should have added some more water, but it's okay. I like marshmallows to cover my top. You see them? Oh, they're so pretty. Makes you always feel better if you're having a whole hum day. I don't have a lot of them, but today was just kind of one of them. So anyway, here's cheers to whole hum days that we all have to have once in a while, right? Oh, good. I don't think I could ever have hot chocolate without marshmallows. I just, it's how I had them as a little girl and as a big girl. But anyway, I'm going to share a little bit, I guess, of my mom with you guys. Definitely, I don't think I was as good a person as she was, but she was such a good person. She was a Christian woman. She went to church. She was a good farm wife. She was a good wife. She took care of my dad so much. But the parts that I don't know about my mom, of course, when she was, before I was around, she was a secretary. She was a secretary to like an executive, which I thought, wow, that was really pretty cool. And I know back in the day, that's when you did like the shorthand, and she was, I guess, really, really good at that. Well, she was good at that. And that's why I always wanted to learn it, because I thought that was so cool. Never did learn it. I don't even know if you could take classes for shorthand. And you know what? It's probably online. It's probably somewhere. But yeah. And then she met my dad, and he went into the Army, and then they had me and my sisters, and so she was lucky. She got to stay home and raise her children, and I guess I don't know any different. I've always felt like when somebody said, oh, my mom's got to go to work, I'm like, your mom doesn't stay home with you? I didn't know that concept, because growing up I was very, very naive, you know, not that we were sheltered, but didn't know that was even a thing. And she was such a good cook. She cooked 3 meals a day, if not 4. When you know, my dad had help over on the farm with the men, she'd cook big dinners and lunches for them, and she'd give them snacks to take out, and everything was like hot, warm coffee cake, warm rolls, warm pies. Everything was home cooked, and I didn't realize then how great that is, you know, because somebody has said, oh, I wish my mom would have cooked for me, or that. And it's just something, I guess I thought everybody, you know, had a mom like that. So, and not dishing any other moms, because, you know, everybody's different, you know. Like me, I'm a single mom. I had to work pretty much all my life when I had my kids, and that's hard too. But, you know, I guess if I had like a real professional, like I feel if I had went to nursing like I wanted to, I felt, you know, I probably would have been a little more stable if I was on my own. But my mom was just very fortunate that way, and she loved it. You know, she never, you know, wanted to go back to work. Her children and her family, her husband was her life, and that's really cool. And she was always one to, my dad would go to work, had to be at work like 5 in the morning. She'd be up by, you know, 4, and making him hot breakfasts like eggs and bacon, had the toast and ready, or maybe sausage, sometimes some pancakes, potato pancakes he loved. She was, every morning, you guys, she always made a hot breakfast for him, and made his lunch in his thermos, and his little thermos lunch pail. And that, it's just those precious memories that I've been thinking of, that just warms my heart, how you don't hear a lot like that anymore. But then by the time my dad went off to breakfast to work, after his breakfast, she would get us up and she'd cook us hot breakfast every morning. I don't ever remember having cold cereal. I think the only one we really had in the house at any given time maybe was cornflakes. But I think every morning I had pancakes before I got on that school bus, and she'd always wait there and watch for the school bus. And she was pretty awesome. I love you, Mommy, I really do. But she'd have, like, if they had like card parties with their friends, she'd cook them a snack at 10 o'clock at night, but they'd have like nuts and bridge mix. I don't know if you guys remember that on the tables. And she'd always have fresh pot of coffee ready for everybody. So she things, I guess, centered around food in our life, you know. That's what, when I was older, I would go to my friend's house to visit. They would never offer like any food or a drink. I'm like, that's weird, you know, not even coffee. Or so that, different times, you know. But I'm like that. If somebody's over, you know, I always say, you know, not that I have anybody over much, but I'd always say, oh, you want, you know, should we get a bite to eat? Or, you know, I can make some nachos. So, but pretty cool. I remember too, like our tradition was mostly like, she would cook on Thanksgiving, had the wonderful mac and cheese, but on Christmas Eve, she'd always make oyster stew and chili, because I was never oyster stew. I didn't like the oysters, and I never did. I don't know, but she made that all from scratch, and I remember my sister, she loved it. And I don't know if my dad ate that or the chili. He probably had one of each, but she did that. My mom was very low maintenance. You know, she did go get her hair cut. I remember I went a couple times, was a lady in her own home. But, you know, my mom always wore her hair short, and, you know, she never wore makeup, never had, you know, her nails or pedicures, you know. And that was a different time, too. It wasn't real big that I can remember. I can remember a neighbor lady of mine worked at Wisey's, it was called, Reed's Wisey's. And she worked in the makeup department. She always got to put her makeup on. And we're always like, wow, she's so beautiful. I always think of that. I thought, wow, how did she get that job? She must be rich. But looking back at it now, it's like, oh my God, we're all so silly, you know. But also, my mom would always, you know, pick me up from cheerleading, or if we were to play. I mean, she'd run, and we were probably 20 minutes one way to our high school. So, you know, even though she had to, you know, be cooking for my dad, she would make it. I mean, she was always busy. I mean, I give her credit for cooking all the time. I mean, even though I had kids, and you know, I don't even know. I guess I was kind of like that too. I maybe tried to give them some pancakes in the morning, or bacon. They love bacon. I mean, when I was there, of course, when I was driving at the school bus, I was up way early, like 4 in the morning, and I think I probably just had to have cereal around. But didn't make me a bad mom, but I just remember how my mom always had the hot breakfast, and kind of always thought, gee, I can do more, but you know, like I said, different day, different era altogether. And then she ended up taking care of her mom. Her mom was 40 years older than her, and but when she couldn't do it anymore, my mom and dad took her into their farm home, and she took care of her. So, and she had dementia, which I know is hard, you know, working in the elderly occupation. It is hard. And so, very kind woman, always I loved her, and I still love her. I have a picture of her and my dad by my bed, and I say, hi, I miss you guys. And that got to me to think of that. You know, I had a great childhood, you know. Everything went smoothly, I guess you could say. But that's I just thought I'd tune into you guys and just share how my day was going. And I'm like, you know what, I just want to talk to you guys. I don't do that enough anymore, but I just want to share that with you. I'd also, if you guys want to share in the comments any great memories of your mom, I would love to hear that, because that warms my heart. You know, you only have one mom in life, and whether they're here or not, you always think about them. You always do. And if you have your mom, give her a big hug, you guys. Just let her know how much you love her and and if you're older, if you're not, you know, don't live with her anymore, I wished I would have told my mom more how much I appreciate what she did in life, and all that. I always said, thanks for cooking so much for us in your life, because now when you get older and you know, wow, that's a lot of work, you know. So, but anyway, this is not a sad video at all, you know. I just wanted to say hi and share some of my life. I don't share a lot of my life, but got to share my mom with you. So anyway, I love you all. You guys have a great day. What's left of it, or if you're just starting out the day, have a good day at work. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.